I want to kind of touch on Dame Dash because we talked about him and we talked about him in the car. He has his book out right now, Culture Vulture. I haven't heard it or read it yet, but oh God, you've been talking about it a great deal. Saying you've been breaking down certain chapters here or there. You talked about a chapter in our pre-production meeting a little bit. I want you to talk about it a little more. You were talking about you were saying that how he didn't give a fuck about how he was negative $2 million in debt because he flips it in reasons and being like that. Well, I want to talk about that and get into a little bit of his financial situation and his business strategies and business, basically his business blueprint. And do you agree or disagree with a lot of the model that he's saying from reading the book right now?
Ooh, that's a good question. I agree with certain aspects and certain aspects I disagree with. You know, I agree with the aspect when he talks about the independent, going the independent route, cutting the middleman. I definitely agree with that 10%. Some of the things like when he talks about, and here's one of his philosophies. Like if you look on record right now, you'll see that Dame Dash online, his net worth is somewhere to be negative $2 million, which I've never seen a negative. Maybe I haven't looked at enough of them. Right. I don't think I've ever seen like a negative rating. You know, but his thing is like he doesn't care what the perception is because he has businesses. He has Rachel Roy. He has production companies. He put a book out. Right. I mean, he said he's winning. He don't care. Basically, he don't want to pay. I don't want to say it on air, but he don't really want. He want to pay who he want to pay at the end of the day. So, I mean, his philosophy. If you look, the proof is in the pudding. I think with that too. I mean, look at the people that he's put out. He was one of. If you can talk to Kareem and even Jay-Z would admit he was one of the key reasons why Rockefeller was as successful as it was. Right. You know what I mean? He's putting out independent films. He got a book out, which is a great book, I think. He's been doing stuff, but he just hasn't been paying his taxes at this point. But he's been making money. He's I think Dame's the type of cat that, you know, got stuff over here. And he even says it in his book, like he has different things, you know, put away at different properties. Like so, it's not as bad as it looks. Well, at the end of the day, is what he's saying.
He was talking about. He's talking about freedom and not having anybody in your circle, but he also talks about giving back to the circle and giving back and making sure everyone else on the team is good. Like if I need $100 million, somebody should be able to come and give me that $100 million, vice versa. Mm-hmm. And he also alluded to in the book how ultimately at the end of the day, Jay-Z wanted to be his own brand. And in order to be his own brand, he had to kind of stray away from that situation. So in that argument, do you agree with Dame Dash in saying that you got to feed the team in order to raise that village, or do you agree with building the brand? And doing it in that regard, because it's just a little, it's a yin and yang. Both in that situation. So I want to hear your perspective on that.
I agree. I kind of agree. I agree with both, but it's just that they got to be ready to leave the nest too. They can't be premature. You know, but when you go back though, I don't know. It seems like that the members of the state property, they weren't really privy, because when you go back and listen to the interview, Kareem Burke said that they was always going to sell Rockefeller. They was always going to kind of break it apart. So in a sense, they were just building up a company's value to sell it and go their own separate way anyway. Maybe Dame didn't see it like that. Right. But then, Dame, let's put it like this. Let's just put it like this, right? As long as, and then we see now, I think that Jay-Z was more, in that situation, Jay-Z was more correct. Just simply because if you look at all the people, most of them still have careers to this day. So that was, it may not have been good for us at that time. We thought it probably could have been more, but the way the music was going in the industry, I think it happens like that anyway, naturally. People get too big and they spread apart and they do their own thing. And I think it's better simply because you don't have to split your pie.
It's word up.
You know what I mean?
I think the fucked up thing about people, and you get demonized for that. Oh, you didn't do this, or you didn't do that, or you didn't do this. But it's a lot of motherfuckers out here. And it goes into a deeper conversation where we got to stop looking at our brother or looking at somebody else to take care of us. We got to ultimately take care of ourselves at the end of the day, because there's too many situations where you see one of your brothers kind of ascending and one of your brothers doing a thing, and instead of you kind of taking a blueprint and humbling yourself and understanding maybe you got to change it up a little bit to get out of your situation, you rather point, pass blame, put it on them, try to coattail them, cut their knees out before they have a leg to stand on. Let me borrow this, let me do this, let me do this, let me do this, let me do this. And then put blame on them when they had to finally cut that fucking cord because their brand isn't being built correctly. And you see a lot of that situation where Jay-Z finally said, you know what, I got to build Jay-Z. And you see a lot of people in this scene hurt, placing blame, pointing fingers, doing this, doing that, till they realize, you know what I mean, and I'm my own man, I got to do what I got to do. So what do you say to those people? And does Dame Dash fall into that circle of you know what I mean, just shut the fuck up and do what you got to do.
Yeah, I think, that's a good question. I think Dame was like a go-getter, so he said, I'm going to make it happen regardless. Exactly. You know what I mean?
Exactly. He was always good.
Yeah, he was always good, so it didn't really hurt him. I think he was definitely bitter because he knew where it could have went. Mm-hmm. I think he seen like, yo, this could have been like the biggest thing ever.
Right.
And you know what I mean? Which it was still huge.
Right.
They did some numbers.
Yeah.
Because Dame was, he was looking at the collective, which I think is the way that's, supposed to be to a certain extent. But just because you go separate ways don't mean you still can't be a collective, I think. It just happens that people go separate ways, they stop communicating, and it is what it is. You brought up another point, people waiting on other people. You know what I mean? And attributing other people's success. We seen it with Beanie Siegel.
Yep.
He was pissed. Mm-hmm. And Jay-Z's response was like, dog, like, you got Bentleys. Like, he said, pretty much royalties paid for your lawyer fees. You know what I mean? That's real talk. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't even be where you were if it wasn't for me. So, please, pretty much, shut the fuck up and go do you.
What else you want me to do?
Yeah, what else you want me to do for you? I showed you how to make money. Matter of fact, I don't want to put too much out there, but Beanie Siegel, he's from being in the area where we at.
Yeah, fact.
You know what I mean? So, he's still traveling. He's still doing stuff after all that. So he's still pretty good.
Still straight.
Yeah, I don't see him at McDonald's or nowhere at CVS working. He's still self-sufficient. So at the end of the day, and I think now, Beanie, I think he got older now.
He sees it.
Yeah, he sees it.
Facts. He definitely
sees it.
That's 100%.
You stood next to Jay-Z. Come on, dog.
Word up.
Come on, like it's no way. No way.
It's a humbling experience to say the least, because it's hard to see your brother that was right there next to you, and you may even feel like he was better than, you know what I mean, when it came down to the nitty gritty and the lyrics. But at the end of the day, you see him smoke your ass. Usain bolted your ass, and you can humble yourself, or you could pass blame. You see a lot of people not just comfortable enough in their situation to understand that you got to change your shit up.
And I think with that being said, I think that I don't think Jay-Z would ever let none of them cats totally fall down in their face like that. Now, I'm not saying that he gave them money or anything like that. Mm-hmm. But, I think, and we see evidence of, he brings a lot of them cats around. Like, some of them cats still deal with Jay-Z. Chris, and some of them. So he's still dealing with some of them. Some of them he said, you know what, this relationship is done. And I understand some motherfuckers, you got to just cut off and say, this is it. This is done. I'm not dealing with him no more because that relationship has ran its course. We all been there with a woman. We all been there with people who always say, this is done. We can still be cool. We ain't got to beef, but it's over.
And those critical decisions, can alter your situations in your lives. I know a lot of those decisions along the way that Jay-Z had to make probably propelled him to where he's at right now. And it catches us in all those situations. We find ourselves in one or two critical situations where we can go left or go right. And we choose the way, and that usually ultimately sets up our path going on in the future. So shout out to Jay-Z, shout out to Dame Dash, man. I got to get that book. He's a genius in his own right. We can't wait to get him on here on the Uncensored Truth, Sam and God podcast, man, because we're doing our thing. They doing their thing. We're just black entrepreneurs trying to make a way up in this motherfucking business.
Yes, sir. But if you're listening to the Uncensored Truth podcast, make sure you go into the description box and get your freshly brewed cup of Darren's coffee blend right now. Yes. We'll leave the link right in the description for y'all. This is our first official product. Yes. Make sure y'all support, because we definitely support y'all out there, all the local artists.
Why don't you drop the email? What is the email? Oh God, hip hop. What we got?
You can actually email right now if you want to email us right now. It'll be ogod@hiphopun.com right now. So we have an official email, but that one definitely works right now. ogod@hiphopun.com. If you got merchandise that you want to send us, email me first, and I'll give you the the address where you can send the merchandise. Let me know if you want to send merchandise for us to wear, on the air while we rocking out, and I think that'd be dope to promote. As we grow the podcast, we want to see y'all grow, so that's how we're going to give back, free promotion.
Also, as well, for producers, anybody who does music, if y'all got music that y'all want to be promoted here on the Uncensored Truth, send an email to sam@hiphopun.com. I'll check those out. We'll give it. Listen to those, and if you get selected, we will hit you with an email and take it from there, get the paperwork, and get you on the Uncensored Truth, Sam and God podcast. We're trying to build this joint up from the ground up. All your support is love. We're trying to put y'all on here and broadcast y'all too, man. So definitely, this is good stuff, man.
Yes, sir, man. It's been a lot of news, and actually, the next time we come, we're going to set it up for y'all where we, have some dates. We're going to come on live. We're going to make sure that we're live in your face at least 2 or 3 times a week. We'll definitely give that to y'all real soon. Like me on live and shit.
Exactly. Yeah, but the set is building. That's good though, because we can.
Definitely.
We got the set building. We got the intro coming soon. We did the The YouTube website is coming real soon.
Yep.
Oh man, this is an exciting time. Sandman, OGOT Podcast, The Uncensored Truth, Hip Hop News, Uncensored, Viral Hip Hop News. It's been a pleasure, man. Till next time.
Yep, we out.
Hey.
Thank you for watching this episode of The Uncensored Truth, Sandman OGOT Podcast. Make sure y'all keep up to date. We will be dropping the social media sites real soon, as well as the YouTube channel dropping in the next few days. Make sure you go up top and hit that like button, as well as the bell, to get all of these notifications from The Uncensored Truth coming your way. We appreciate each and every one of you. Until next time, we are out of here. Peace.